Welcome to August! This is the view.
On Emma's.
Look who's in my childhood bedroom! We have touchdown in Chicago. We just took showers. I am not going to the festival tonight, but
I'm so sad.
Miss Tyra is looking fab.
Festival outfit.
I'm just gonna stay home, eat dinner with my parents, my aunt and my uncle, and this is my outfit. Anyone that is from the Midwest, I took Tyra to Portillo's.
It was amazing.
We had chopped salads and chocolate cake shake. It's crazy trying something that you loved when you were a child. It's been like, I don't know, 10 years since I've had that cake shake. Maybe even actually longer. It is so sweet. My God. Anyone that's taken down one of those shakes.
It was 10 cupcakes for sure and a shake. But it was amazing.
But it was delicious. Pierogi.
I think maybe like a scout, what we can do.
I think that also we can start close up on her and start backing up. On the day, should I mark which of these moments I want in slow-mo? Because I assume I'm home alone, but I'm supported by Phineas and Lucy. They're in New York right now. I have ordered some sugar fish, and I think this happened because it's late. I have no ponzu sauce. Phineas just told me that I can make ponzu sauce at home. He looked up the recipe. We're using mirin, rice vinegar, some lemon, and some soy sauce. You guys!
It really is like, she's like glowing.
A little bit of lemon. I'm posing for 2 cameras. I wonder if this will actually taste like ponzu at all.
So hard to know the ratios.
I know.
What?
Yeah, that's great.
Fuck yeah.
Tastes like ponzu, actually?
Yeah, enough.
Damn. Oh my god.
Bye.
That was so fucking cute.
I brought you guys in the shower for a very valid reason, but look at how unhinged this is. Also, if you're hearing outside, it's because this shower has a door that you can open. I'm hoping it helps with the acoustics in here and it's not too echoey. We really like using wine bottles as pitchers for water if we're having guests over. I saw this in the other day and I was like, Phineas, Why is this glass bottle in our shower? It's been in here for like 4 days now, so if that tells you the kind of household this is. Okay, I just took a shower and I'm so excited to show you guys. New cycler drop! I launched a new cycler product this month and this is the In Shower Body Oil Balm. I am so excited about this product. Back when I first launched the body washes, we were already working on this formula for a while and originally wanted to launch it sooner, but this balm just went through so many trials of reformulation because I wanted it to achieve a really specific experience and feeling when you're using it. Here's how it comes out. It's an oily balm, kind of gel-like, so soft and whipped. Multi-lipid complex, ceramide NP, glycerin, coconut seed butter. Those are some of the skincare ingredients in here. If you guys are familiar with just like adding oil to your body while your skin is still wet before stepping out of the shower, for so long I was just using our vitamin C body oil samples in the shower just before I'd step out. And obviously this is a glass bottle. I wanted to take that ritual and create something that was a little easier to use. It's less messy. It's not in a glass container, so it's not gonna drop and break. And that's where the In Shower Body Oil Balm was conceived and created. A little goes a long way with this stuff. It just glides right onto your wet skin. If we're comparing it to just the standard body lotion, I'm using less of this on my skin than I would with the lotion. I had to create this product with our two most iconic bestsellers. This is Sacred Santal and Vanilla Verve. I'm gonna put this all over my body. I'm so excited about this launch. In terms of like my body care routine and where this fits, it sort of just depends on how much time I have, what the day looks like, the weather, when I'm wearing all these things. I will say this is sort of like the fastest way for me to get some intense moisture on my skin. So I'm most often using this when I know I need to jump out of the shower and like quickly throw on clothing and all that stuff, because it's just so easy to have this right next to my body wash. I turn off the water, I take a little bit, run it across my whole body. Again, a little goes a long way. Step out and just towel dry as normal. We spent a very long time perfecting this formula and I'm so happy with where it landed.
I'm forgetting what month I started this conversation, but earlier this year, I finally decided to address the pain that I have in my knees, my fingers, and sometimes my elbows. It's all joint related. I've done a lot of blood work tests and it may very well be rheumatoid arthritis. It might be an autoimmune disease. I still don't know. I'm waiting to hear back if there are any other tests I can take, because going down this diagnosis journey, I hear, can be really frustrating, just unencouraging, because a lot of these things have the same results and it's just kind of based on how you're feeling, your symptoms, and I don't know. That's all I know. Back when I took those blood tests, I was recommended to go on a medication and see how I would feel. Initially, it freaked me out because I'll just say what it is. It's called Plaquenil. That's not the name of the drug, but that's like one of the brands. My elbow just made a farting noise, if you heard that. It is generally considered a safe medication, not too many side effects. There is one sort of rare side effect that you can get from it, which involves your eyes. That really scared me. I think in most cases, it is if you are taking it for 10 plus years. Regardless, like if you start taking the prescription, you have to go to the eye doctor every year for an exam to make sure that it isn't happening to your eyes. And if it is, then they just, they have you get off of it. But these last few weeks, I've been in so much pain. I told myself I would try acupuncture. I never got around to doing it. I do think it would be really helpful with stiffness and inflammation, but I think I've finally reached the point where I'm like, I need to just try out this medication, because I don't know if it's related to the weather or the time of year, or I'm just having a flare up, but the pain in my fingers is so consuming. I wake up with exhausted hands. That's the best way to describe it. They feel stiff. Anytime I'm writing in my journal, second sentence in, my hand is cramping up. It just hurts to write. It hurts to hold my phone. It hurts to text on my phone. It's really bad right now. So I'm gonna do something about it. If any of you guys are on that medication, I'm curious about your experience with it, and I'm curious if I am experiencing more issues than I'm even realizing. It can help with brain fog and fatigue, energy levels, just inflammation throughout the whole body. Anyway, woo! I gotta like this. Dude, she just locked in as soon as I did that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Peaches. Happy birthday to you.
What is going on? You want to take a bite of this, Mama?
Just take a bite.
You got it,
It might be really firm.
Yeah, wait, here, I'll break it off. Oh, it's really
That's what I
firm.
was saying.
Okay. Okay, so here you go. That's a big piece. Here you go, buddy.
A little light.
Yeah.
Well,
You might be able to tell that yesterday I lost my voice. I directed a shoot and I'm so excited about this project. All month I have been drawing storyboards, tech scouting, location scouting, props, all the prep that's required, and immediately need to dive into this edit now. But I had a lot of shouting that I needed to do yesterday because there were a lot of people there and it was really loud and I had to shout directions and essentially get everyone where they needed to be on an energy level. I'm essentially having to travel every weekend next month. This weekend I am going to Hawaii for like 2-3 nights with 2 of my best friends, and I can't remember the last time I took a vacation. I wish it could be longer, but this was the only weekend I can fit it into. I need to redo my nails. I've been going through a season of just doing my own nails at home. I think I'm gonna do a soft square today. I bought this dress from Revolve. It is for Love and Lemons. Cherries, plates of pasta, umbrellas. It's just like a sheer white dress with a bunch of little pictures on it, and I think with a white bikini underneath, this will be so cute. I'll bring this skirt from last month. You guys remember this is with jean. Also, I got this very cute white bikini from, oh my gosh, I don't see the label anywhere, but this is like a little skirt, a little crochet, cute white skirt, matching bottoms, and a triangle top. I also recently purchased these white linen pants. They have a really pretty pattern to them. These are from Frankie's Bikinis. I'm a big fan of Cuckoo Intimates. All of their clothing is just so comfortable and lightweight. Some Prada kitten heels. These were my mom's for a really long time and she gave them to me. I think they're so chic but also sporty. That green is so good. Anyways, that's all I've planned so far, but I'm gonna pack everything I need tonight.
I did my nails tonight. This is Bubble Bath from OPI, and I decided to do a shorter square shape, and I'm really into it.
Girls trip. Where are we going? Hawaii. Woke up around 5:30 this morning. Decided to drive to the airport again because this is a short trip and we're not gonna forget our car. We're not forgetting. She's so cute. Woke up in Kauai today. Yesterday we flew in around 11 a.m., which was really nice. So we had a big, long, chunky day. I'm here in Kauai with Drew and Tyra. We rented a little red Jeep, picked up some acai bowls, some matcha, checked into our hotel. We're staying at the One Hotel. This hotel is so beautiful. We got dinner here last night, hung out on the beach by the pool. This is sort of like my first proper vacation in 2 years. I travel a lot and I go on a lot of trips, but Tyra and I were talking about the differences between a trip and a vacation. You know, oftentimes, I mean, trips can be work related, but even if they're not work related, a trip to me is going to a bustling city, exploring, hopping all around, and a vacation is really staying at one place, letting your brain relax and drink on the beach and just chill and vibe. It's also really nice waking up in Hawaii because of the time zone difference. I think I woke up around like
6:15. Just did some little calisthenics, is that what it's called? Gonna go to the breakfast buffet. We're visiting Tunnel Beach today, hopefully to go snorkel with some turtles. We've got a poke bowl that we need to try in town. Nothing too crazy, but just enough to fill up the day and have fun. I feel like this always happens to me when I'm in a new climate or a new place, but I do my hair and makeup differently based on like where I am. And last night for dinner, put on like a little bit of like some cream products, a little bit of concealer, some cream contour, cream blush, and I put just a little bit of powder under my eyes, but I didn't set anywhere else on my face. And I don't think I've ever done that in Los Angeles. And it looked so good last night. I was so glowy, but I just know if I fly back home and try to do it at home, I'm gonna think it like looks too greasy. There's something about being on vacation. The texture of your hair is better, your skin's better. What is this? What is it? What are these mental games? Here's all the makeup that I packed. This little base bag. I have this silicone magnetic holder for my brushes, powder, bronzer, face palette, blush, some lip products, a freckle pen, lip liner, mascara, just one concealer, a little sparkly liquid shadow from Giorgio Armani, and that's it. Here's some things that I packed. These, what are these? What are you call? What are we calling these?
I mean, those are like cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts. Yeah. I didn't know if they needed to be like a certain color to be considered a cargo, but no, it's like the material and style. Some black and white pieces. I have this fun top I'm gonna wear to dinner tonight. Wore this last night, need a better pick in it. This cutie dress.
It's 10:30. It's 10:30 a.m. We're literally clubbing right now.
This is perfect.
Woo! Hey vlog. Or hi. What's my August. Hi August.
Hi, August.
We're in Hawaii, mother effers.
We're in Kauai.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're on a boat. We're on a boat.
Good morning. I wanted to film a little book review. I finished this book a while ago, but I've talked about it with you guys, so I didn't want to leave you hanging. This will either absolutely ruin your day or it is going to change your life. Why We Sleep: Unlocking the Power of Sleep in Dreams. The author, Matthew Walker, is so enthusiastic about his studies, which made this read very easy. So there's a lot of information jam-packed in this book, but I never felt exhausted by it. I thought it would be interesting just to share some of the main key takeaways from this book because, oh my God, sleep is so, so important. An average adult circadian rhythm is approximately 24 hours and 15 minutes, but with external factors like temperature and light and caffeine and all these things, our body is able to keep up with the 24-hour clock of our planet. Now, the two things that run your circadian rhythm are your suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is in the center of your brain. That is where melatonin is released to signal to your body that you're ready to go to bed, as well as sleep pressure, which is a chemical that your brain starts releasing the minute you wake up from sleeping. That chemical is called adenosine. And an interesting little fact about coffee, or just caffeine in general, caffeine is not giving you energy. It is just blocking the receptors in your brain that tell you that sleep pressure, adenosine, is building up. So the reason you experience a crash after having caffeine is because your body has finally digested all of it. All of the adenosine that's been building up in your brain is finally released released and acknowledged and felt, and that is why you crash. I feel like it's widely known that we shouldn't be taking melatonin every single night. It really is only helpful for when you're jet lagged because it doesn't impact or help the quality of your sleep at all. It just signals your body when it is time to go to bed. So that's why it can be helpful with jet lag, because our circadian rhythm, this is actually kind of crazy. If you take a trip across the globe and you're in a completely different time zone, every single day, your circadian rhythm only adjusts by 1 hour wherever you are. There is so much to be said about memory retention and memory loss in relation to sleep. It is concerning as someone who feels that they don't have great memory. Every single day, as you're learning new things, it is all being stored in a temporary storage site within your brain. Your hippocampus has very limited storage. The only way to open up that storage is by sleeping, because when you're sleeping, there are different stages of sleep. There's NREM that happens in the first half of your sleep, and then there's REM, which happens in the second half. So when you're in your NREM sleep, which is non-REM, you're not dreaming, that is when you will experience your deepest sleep. There's 4 stages of sleep within NREM. That is when your brain is deciding, okay, what do I want to hold on to? What's valuable? What's important? What can I forget? Everything that is being stored in your hippocampus from that day is then moved to the front of your brain for permanent storage. If you do not get sleep, the next day, your hippocampus is not cleared and open and ready to receive new memories and new information. Once you enter your dream state, a few different things are happening. REM sleep takes freshly minted memories and collides them with the entire backlog of your life's autobiography. It also recalibrates the regions in your brain whose job it is to read and decode emotional signals, especially in other humans' faces. So better REM equals better comprehension of the social world the next day. Basically, REM helps to reset the brain's emotional compass. In general, you can find a lot of creativity and insight while you're sleeping. So for example, literally the order and organization of the periodic table was imagined in a dream. More REM equals problem-solving abilities increase, solutions come more effortlessly. This was an experiment where participants were woken up during REM and tested within 90 seconds. REM plays a critical role in the development of language. The author has a theory that REM can offer a form of overnight therapy. Did any of you guys know that our genetic code desires biphasic sleep, which means 1 long night of sleep and a short afternoon nap? We are genetically coded to be napping every single day. So every single day, your body is resisting the desire to take a nap. Within that chapter, there were so many studies and experiments done with small towns in Greece and in Italy where modern lifestyles started to be adapted more in these smaller towns. And it was crazy, just the increase in strokes and heart disease. The practice of natural biphasic sleep and a healthy diet is the key to a long, sustained life. Remember the whole hippocampus temporary storage site? A nap can literally help to create new found space within your hippocampus. Let's talk a little bit about alcohol and what it does to your quality of sleep. For starters, alcohol is the biggest suppressant of REM. So just take note of that. They did a study with college students. There were 3 groups, A, B, and C. On day 1, this was a 5-day experiment. All 3 groups learned the same amount of information, and it was new information. It was something in relation to coding or some sort of mathematical language coding, something that none of them have known before. On day 5, they all were going to be tested. Group A was the control group. They didn't have any alcohol at any point during this experiment. Group B all took, I think 1 or 2 shots. It was also based on their body weight. So they all technically had the same amount based on their body weight, but it was something chill, 1 or 2 shots of vodka. So group B took 1 or 2 shots of vodka the same day that they learned the new information. Group C didn't drink on night 1, didn't drink on night 2, but drank on the 3rd day of this experiment. And again, it was 1 or 2 shots of vodka. And then on day 5, everyone gets tested. The control group A remembered everything. Everyone passed. They were also able to solve equations that weren't exactly what they learned, but based on what they learned, they were able to apply it and figure out even harder equations, right? stunning. Group B, they scored worse by 50%. Group C, 40%, which to me was like the most concerning. So essentially what you should be taking from hearing that is if you are studying for a test, let's say, and you're learning new information on a Wednesday, you go to bed sober and then you go to bed sober again on Thursday, but then on Friday, you go to a party, you take a couple shots. Drinking on Friday is going to screw up what you've learned on Wednesday. That is so crazy. Okay, this is interesting. This is relating to muscle memory. So if you play on the piano or any sort of instrument or you're an athlete, your brain will continue to improve skill-based memories in the absence of further practice. Sleep will help the brain automate movement routines. So let's say like playing something on the piano, making them second nature when you wake up. Let's talk about what sleep helps with. Memory, muscle memory, we know this, creativity, emotional regulation, your gut microbiome, concentration, immunity, weight management, calming your nervous system, regulating cholesterol. Sleep deprivation can affect developing Alzheimer's disease, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, suicide, stroke, infertility, cancer, diabetes, heart attacks, obesity, chronic pain, heightened emotions. It can impact your DNA, dementia, increase in blood pressure. With chronic sleep deprivation that lasts over a certain amount of months or years, you basically acclimate to impaired performance as well as lower energy and alertness. So low-level exhaustion becomes your accepted norm. Most individuals who are sleep deprived don't even know that they are sleep deprived because they don't know how good they could feel. This is crazy. If you miss a night of sleep, the next day, 60% amplification in emotional reactivity. Within our brain, we have a glymphatic system, which is basically like our sewage network that removes contaminants while we sleep every single night. While we are in NREM, our brain deep cleanses itself. Our body creates a fluid that basically bathes the brain. During NREM, our brain cells literally shrink down to 60%, enlarging the space around the neurons, allowing that fluid to clean out your brain. Inefficient sleep will stop those cells from decreasing in size, so when the fluid tries to go through and bathe your brain, it can't get to the neurons. Alzheimer's is associated with a toxic amyloid protein that builds up in the frontal lobe, which is where we generate deep sleep, which is when that bathing is happening. So for an individual that has Alzheimer's disease, it is a vicious cycle because the very thing that they need to help stop that protein from building up is the thing that they cannot do because the Alzheimer's disease is stopping them from deep sleeping. This book also talks about insomnia and just like different sleep disorders, which was really interesting. Although I feel like this clip is getting really long. Let's end this off on a positive, productive note. Let's talk about the things that you can do today and start tonight to better influence your sleeping habits and your quality of sleep. These are the things that are fucking it up for us, okay? LED lights, regularized temperature, caffeine, alcohol, and punching time cards, basically just meaning like work and school, the systems that are put into place within our society and does not support the lifetime changes that we go through with our circadian rhythm. And most of that is not considered across most industries. A few hours leading up to going to bed, no ceiling lights, no overhead light, and try to keep it warm toned as well. So red light bulbs, staying away from the blue light on your phone, turning your brightness down. It's basically like telling your suprachiasmatic nucleus, it's morning, you're looking at light. Regularized temperature is basically talking about heating and air conditioning. When night falls, it gets colder. Your body wants to go to bed when it's colder. And so if you can remember, the ideal temperature to be falling asleep at is 65 degrees, which is too cold for me personally, but I've been trying to drop it down at nighttime. Snoozing the alarm clock is bad for your heart and nervous system. So if you can wake up immediately, you should. Ambien is a memory eraser. Sleeping pills are really, really bad. I don't even want to get into that. Another tip for improving your sleep, you should not be doing anything else but sleeping in your bed. That was long-winded, you guys. That was long-winded. There is so much more in this book that I did not cover. I can't recommend this enough, or you could just go listen to a podcast.
Sit. Happy birthday to you. Sit.
Happy birthday to you. Happy 7th birthday, Peaches. Happy birthday to